Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. It is certainly a pleasure to be here at South by Southwest and have the opportunity to discuss with you the next big revolution, artificial intelligence, and the expansive impact that it is destined to have. So the role and the importance of data simply can't be overstated. By 2020, the machine-to-machine connected things will be nearly 50% of all devices connected to the internet. To put that in context from a data perspective, today the average internet user uses about generates about 1.5 gig of data per day. Your connected car in 2020 will generate 4 terabytes of data per day. That's 2,500x the data rate. A connected plane, 5 terabytes of data a day. A smart factory, 1 petabyte of traffic per day. Artificial intelligence fuels off of all of that data and will drive the next big wave of compute and deliver societal transformation on par with the industrial, digital, and information revolutions that preceded it. The field of AI research was actually founded in 1956, many years ago. And the term AI really fell out of favor in the 70s after years and years of no real meaningful progress. The term became associated with some great or not so great sci-fi movies. But it's real now. It's real, and why is it real? There's 3 big enablers, 3 big reasons. Number 1, cloud computing. Cloud computing is a very efficient way to deploy massive compute and storage. The second is connectivity, the transformation of the network to support the billions and billions of connected devices reliably, streaming all that data to the cloud. And then third is Moore's Law. Moore's Law, the economic law that around ever-reducing cost and ever-increasing capability of technology. Without Moore's Law, the cost to generate, transfer, store, and compute on these massive data sets would simply be prohibitive. I often reflect on the quote from Intel's co-founder, Bob Noyce, and he said, until now, in order to understand the brain, we've been using the computer as a model. But going forward, to understand where we should go with the computer, perhaps we should look to the brain for some clues. Now, Bob stated this 32 years ago. And while the industry is still nascent today, there has been explosive advancements in AI in the 2010s. We are in a period of rapid discovery. The pace of innovation is massive. And AI isn't relegated to sci-fi movies anymore. So artificial intelligence promises to transform the way businesses operate and the way we fundamentally engage with the world. There are many great examples of the transformation of AI that I'll share with you. AI for work, AI for play, and AI for good. So let's start with work. Businesses are deploying artificial intelligence solutions every day, from recommendation engines that will drive up sales to fraud detection systems to drive down risk. One example that's being deployed today and is rapidly advancing is the capability for assisted and automated driving. Automated driving, it is all the big buzz, as you know. The general consensus from car manufacturers is that highly autonomous driving will be available by 2025. To deliver autonomous driving, you need a car that is chock full of technology, supported by cloud services, connected by a highly reliable network. That process starts with training of a model or creating the model of how to actually drive. That model is then pushed from the data center down to the car. In the car, you have a computer vision technology that senses the environment and infers the encountered events against the model and takes the appropriate action. It is inevitable that there's going to be yet to be encountered events that will occur, events that the original trained model failed to anticipate, like when you see a fire truck heading down the wrong way on a road to circumvent traffic. So it's critical that that model continues to be updated from the data center down to the car real time. The image recognition system on the car, those algorithms have to be extremely accurate. You have to be able to know, is that a tumbleweed in the road or is it a boulder? Because the resulting actions are going to be dramatically different. So the autonomous car is a continuously learning system, and it truly is an end-to-end artificial intelligence solution. Much has been accomplished already today, so your car can help you park, it can keep you in your lane, but there is much more ahead of us. Cars equipped with artificial intelligence technology will reduce crashes, they'll reduce energy consumption, they'll reduce pollution, and clearly reduce traffic congestion as well. Much opportunity. AI is also transforming the way we manage our finances. And Clink is a cutting-edge AI startup that has developed a personal finance advisor that can fulfill any of your banking requests. So please welcome Clink's co-founder and CEO, Jason Mars. Hey, Jason.
Hey.
How are you?
How's it going? Good,
nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
So you're not just a CEO, but you're also a professor.
Yeah. So I'm a professor of computer science and engineering at University of Michigan. My wife is also a professor who also co-founded the company with me. And we've been working on scalable solutions for artificial intelligence, the next generation of such solutions, and been having a lot of fun collaborating with great companies like Intel and others.
Well, thank you. It has been a lot of fun. And prior to joining the University of Michigan, you joined a few pretty big tech companies in the industry. You worked at IBM, you worked at Google, you worked at Intel, and I'm really sad you left. Sorry about that. But during that whole period, what have you seen evolve in the world of artificial intelligence?
Yeah.
What have you seen?
So now is a very, very interesting time for AI. We have the data that's needed to train interesting neural network models. We have the models themselves that can capture knowledge. And so we're on the cusp of a generation of new technologies that's going to enrich our lives. And it's a super exciting time to be working in this area.
It is. And so that leads to the unique innovation that you've created for Clink with significant advancements in natural language processing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what we did in Clink, started it about a year and a half ago, is we tried to build what we believe to be the most sophisticated platform for conversational AI. And we targeted a problem that is an important problem for many in society, which is being connected to our financial stories. And what really gives our tech the next leap is you can interact with it in conversational ways, in very natural, unbounded ways, without having to use rules or key phrases to interact.
Yeah, so Feedy, your solution, it doesn't just understand the words, but it actually understands the context and the intent.
Absolutely. Using messy human natural language, it's able to understand the semantic goodness of what you're saying and then give you a rich response that's intelligent. Yeah? So
you got to show us how this actually works. We're going to do a live demo. We all know how live demos go, but
I know.
Here we
Let's
go.
See. Wish me luck. So this is Feeny. It lives in the cloud. This is an experience that will allow you to understand the value of this system. OK, I'll just ask you a few questions. So I was in Ann Arbor last year, and I remember dropping a bunch of cash on food. How much was that?
You seem to be asking about spending history. You spent about $2,304 from your account on food and drink in Ann Arbor, which is 6.05% of your total spending from January 1st, 2016 to January 1st, 2017.
Awesome. So I want to take Diane to dinner tonight. Is it OK for me to drop $200 on that?
Based on your spending habits, it seems OK to spend $200 on restaurants. You would
Awesome.
be 34.02% below your average monthly spending. This would reduce your balance to about $2,391.
All right. Well, then I need some cash. Where should I go?
The closest USAA ATM or branch office to you is located on 4101-4199 Cave Road, West Lake Hills, Texas, 78746, United States.
Awesome. And I want to emphasize that this is an AI that lives in the cloud. We just struck a deal with Amazon to allow us to put Feeny directly behind Alexa. And so the same brain, the same understanding is on Feeny. So let's try it with Alexa.
Congratulations on that. That's a really nice design win.
Oh, thanks. All right. Alexa, ask Feeny what my average spending was in the last 6 months on travel.
You spent about $712 from your account on travel, which is 4% of your total spending over the last 6 months. Your average monthly spending is about $118.
Thanks, Alexa. Thanks, Feeny. Awesome.
So this is super cool. It is super. Just a round of applause. It's crazy fun. That is really good.
Thanks. Yeah.
And I'm just so impressed you were willing to let everybody see how much time you spend in bars. So that was really
Yeah.
adventurous, very adventurous of you.
Well.
Okay, so how would someone like me get access to Feeney then?
Right. So we're working with some of the top banks in the country to bring this experience in the existing mobile apps that you guys use. If you have a Chase or a Bank of America app, this would be something that would appear in those experiences. We also will be releasing the Feeney on Alexa experience in the fall to everyone. So you'll be able to, if you have an Alexa, you'll be able to get this rich experience on that platform.
Yeah, so congratulations. And I know Forbes called Feeney the most advanced AI solution for the banking industry, so congratulations on that. But I know you can apply the solution, the natural language solutions, to far more than just the banking industry, right?
Oh, absolutely. The AI that underlies Feeney is a general platform that you can train with arbitrary intelligences. So for instance, we're working with a hospital to train an experience that will allow doctors to ask about who's on call for a patient next week, and let's set a reminder to the next doctor on call. And we've had a lot of inbound interest.
I bet.
Our primary focus, though, is on taking this financial experience and really deploying it in the world right now. And in the future, you can expect to see this kind of technology, this kind of Clink technology in other use cases.
Very cool. Hey, so I do appreciate you for also running Feeney on Intel technology, and enjoy your
Always.
success.
Thank you so much, Diane. Thanks, guys. Yep.
So democratizing access to AI leads to an explosion of new experiences. AI is changing the way we play. Sports is a very big business, and few industries can evoke the same passion from their consumers like sports can. So we're applying artificial intelligence to sports, pushing the boundaries of what athletes and teams and the sports industry can actually achieve. So when a coach today is looking to analyze and critique an athlete's performance, the conventional approach is to head to a lab, outfit the athlete with a bunch of sensors, and then capture it on video. That process is time-consuming, it's expensive, and it's inflexible. Coaches and sports scientists need to be able to observe the athlete's movement in their natural environment, whether it's in the stadium or out on the field. Intel's AI-assisted motion capture system brings change to the game. So using just a regular smartphone or a tablet and a cloud-based computer vision algorithm, we can now capture a 14-point movement map of a baseball player's swing, then turn that data into a physical representation for analysis. Then using a reasoning-based AI system, we could compare the movement data to a database of previously captured images and athletes and get increasing insight into the athletic form. So to show you how AI-assisted motion capture works, I'm going to invite a local baseball player out to take a few swings for you. So please help me welcome 15-year-old Brendan Westloff from Austin, Texas. Hey, how are you?
Doing good.
Really nice of you to come. Really nice of you to be here to do this. So you really are a real local baseball player. You're not just dressed to pretend to be one.
Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm a sophomore here at James Bowie High School here in Austin, and I'm an outfielder for our team.
Very nice. And I hear you have an amazing batting average. So you're at 363. That's right up there with Ty Cobb, who I think holds the record at 366. So very impressive baseball player. So you had a game last night. How'd it go?
Yes, ma'am, I did. We did pretty good. It was 4-2 against, I would say, the best team in our league.
Sounds like you lost.
Yeah, we lost that one, but it was a really close game. Came down to the last couple innings.
Okay.
Had some good catches and all that.
Too bad. We should have cut that part out of the script, huh? No. Okay, just kidding. So to demonstrate how this technology works, you're going to help me out here. So I'm going to take I'm tethered. Okay. I'm going to take just a regular old smartphone. You're going to stand on the X. I'm going to get back here. And I'm going to get you to take a couple swings. I'm going to put it in slow-mo mode. Okay, don't hit me. And by the way, that bat is rubber because of liability issues. So if he does let go accidentally, no one will be harmed. Okay, ready? So let's get going. Swing. Ooh, wow, nice. Okay, but you can do a little better than that. Okay, let's try one more time. Okay, ready? Okay, swing. Very nice. Okay, so now what I would normally do is I would transfer this up to our cloud solution. It takes about 5 to 6 minutes to actually render, so I'm going to cheat since we don't have 5 to 6 minutes. And yesterday afternoon, I was able to take some of that video of you out in front of your state capitol. So we're going to move over to that solution here, and we'll take a look. Let's show the first video of Brendan out in front of the state capitol. Okay, here you go. So check this out. When you look at this, what do you see?
So in this video, as I see, my back knee is not going forward like it should be to give me more power, and my back shoulder in that video is dropping, and in baseball, that's one of the worst things you can do, as it causes for many pop-ups and not as much power in that as well.
You saw a lot more in that than I did. So okay, let's then go to the second video. Let's see what do you see here?
In this video, you can definitely tell that my knee is getting way more into it, and I'm getting way more power, and my shoulders are both staying level, which causes for more power and line drives and a lot better hits.
A lot better. Yeah, I could tell that. Yep. So let's see if we go to. So there's obviously we'll show these now side by side so everyone can see what you see. But there are many compelling use cases for this AI solution. Clearly, I know your mom is particularly anxious about you getting a full ride scholarship into a big university. So one application is that scouts are going to be able to quickly and inexpensively compare you to other potential recruits and to other existing athletes and their actual performance records. Yep, pretty fun.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep, so you better get back and practice. Okay, so so I do want to say, though, hopefully when you do get into that pro team, you'll think back to Intel and say we had some contribution. So Team Intel wants to thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Another use for this AI solution, beyond the obvious use of continuous performance improvement of the athletes, is injury prevention. So we'll be able to predict injury based on the batter's swing style. We'll see what styles actually have a greater probability of resulting in injury. Coaches and trainers can compare swings of their players to other athletes' forms, obtain information on the injury, on treatments, and recovery statistics. So when you multiply the number of use cases by the number of sports and the number of athletes across professional, college, high school, and youth, you can quickly see the size of this AI opportunity. So when we think about AI, the field of art doesn't usually come to mind, and that's what makes the next example so much fun. The Picazo app was developed in 2015, and in a nutshell, Picazo uses artificial intelligence to interpret the characteristics of a given artistic style and then use that style to create a new piece of art. So to share her experience with Picazo, I'd like to welcome artist and Picazo marketing director, Amy Van Donsel. Amy. Hey, thanks.
Thanks, Diane.
Yeah, come on up. So,
Right.
so let's, I think you're gonna, in order to save time, you're gonna kick it off here with what will be an embarrassing picture of me, I'm sure.
Yes, so before I tell you why I love this app, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint a picture of you for my portfolio.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna snap a really quick photo of Diane here. Beautiful. All right.
Oh,
and
my.
then next we're gonna let Diane choose a style here.
I get to pick my own
and
style?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I recommend that we go with this Matisse.
I always like Matisse.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna use Matisse, lady with the hat, and we're just gonna click Make Art. I'm gonna set that to render. Okay.
Okay, so so we'll let that process for a couple minutes here. So why don't you start, though, give us a little bit about your experience, how you landed at Picazo, what attracted you to the solution?
Sure, absolutely. So I began my art practice with scenic art for theater and went on to exhibit in acrylic, mixed media, and installation. But I always wanted to incorporate technology into my artwork. So I would bug my friend Carl, and he is an image scientist behind landmark visuals such as the Myst Games, the Matrix movies, and the film 300. So I would bug him with my app ideas. And then in 2015, Carl and his wife Lisa and Noah Rosenberg created Picazo app. And that was just another medium to add to my portfolio. And I ended up believing in the project so much I joined the company.
Very nice. So you got to tell me how Picazo actually works from an artificial intelligence perspective.
Absolutely. So Picazo is on the very bleeding edge of neural network technology. It works by simulating the way that your brain sees images, your visual cortex, and it takes the characteristics of that artistic style and actually constructs a brand new image using those characteristics. So because it's always taking those two things and making a totally brand new image, it's very computationally intensive. And when Picazo first launched in 2015, we were on a GPU solution. And so that rendered at a 3.5 megapixel image in about an hour. But unfortunately, slow speeds and low resolution images just didn't work for our customers or
Doesn't
for
give
our
you the result
vision.
you really want, yeah.
Right. So at that point, we approached Intel to see if that could be improved. And now Picazo is a 100% Intel Xeon shop.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So after collaborating to optimize the code in our software framework, now the app can support 15 times larger images at 28 times the speed.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, so
Amazing results.
what took hours just takes a few minutes now.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's a great example of how building on a scalable architecture, you can grow the compute capacity to meet the growing needs and opportunities from a consumer space. And it's a really creative app, we're going to see, because it allows someone like me, a non-artistic person, to actually pretend to be an artist, right? Kind of?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not quite done yet?
Not quite done yet.
Okay.
You're still working.
I'm still baking.
We're still in the cloud. So yes, beyond making artists out of non-artists, as we say, this also has some professional applications for a variety of people. So the type of technology has allowed artists to automate parts of their process that traditionally would be done by hand. For example, visualizing a sketch painted in different types of paint. So that unless they want to in the future, artists won't even have to do underpaintings to determine the right direction for their project. Picazo can help them automate that part of the process. And then AI art is also likely to take off in experimental art communities. And I think the reason is because it offers the automation of a digital tool while still providing the unpredictability that conceptual artists find really exciting. So we also have some people using it for film and video projects already, and I see it taking off amongst photographers as well, who are looking for something beyond just a filter or an effect. Because again, as it's making that brand new image every time, it can just do so much more than what you would be able to do with a camera and a Photoshop.
Great.
Yeah.
So let's see, did it show up? Oh,
All
still
right.
processing.
It's still processing, but you look really great in the one that we made during rehearsal.
Oh, there, I'm done.
Oh, you're
Just
done.
as you spoke.
Excellent. We made
I
it
like
happen.
the Matisse look. There you go. Looking good. Okay, and it blurs out all the wrinkles too. Super fancy. So I do greatly appreciate everything you've done. Obviously, the collaboration with Intel, but it's a fabulous, really innovative use of artificial intelligence. So thank you for being here, Amy.
Thank you so much, Diane.
So the term artificial intelligence can still conjure up some concerns over negative impacts. So whether it be ethical dilemmas with the fear that unsupervised computers miss the moral norm, or impact to existing jobs as computer solutions displace workers. Because of that, I feel it's super important to highlight the significant opportunity that AI has in delivering true societal benefits, really driving the betterment of humankind. So through broad collaboration and innovation, artificial intelligence has the ability to make a positive and lasting impact on the world. Starting with an industry that was founded in 10,000 BC. So the practice of farming. Farmers can now tap into all kinds of data to make better decisions about how they run their farms. And there is a need, and that need is growing. There's a worldwide problem with food production. So to share more about this highly traditional industry that is embracing the latest in artificial intelligence technology, please help me welcome the Vice President of Products at Farm Logs, Luca Candela. Luca? Hey, Luca. Nice to see you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, so first of all, just share a little bit about Farm Logs, what you guys do, and how the company got started.
Yeah, so FarmLogs actually started in 2011. Was founded by two farm guys, Jesse Vollmer and Brad Koch, and they saw how the internet and modern technologies were impacting the rest of the world, but not farming. Like the technology was now making it back home at the farm, and so they wanted to change that. They saw a great opportunity to create software to help farmers use data to solve their day-to-day challenges. And so now, forward to 2017, our tools are used by 1 in 3 farmers in the country, row crop farmers.
Yeah.
So these new tools are not just important to address, like the menial day-to-day, but it's going to be super important in the future to make farming more efficient, because the World Bank has forecasted that by 2050 there's going to be 9 billion people living on Earth, and we're going to have to grow 50% more crops just to feed them.
Yeah, it's crazy. 50% increase in production needed at a time when the agricultural landscape continues to shrink every year. It's quite a challenge for the farmers. Yes, it's huge. And I know that FarmLog started out as more of a traditional business intelligence or analytics solution, helping the farmers log activities, monitor their fields, get insights into the weather and soil. But it's now you guys have adopted artificial intelligence. So can you tell us of how AI came into the picture at FarmLog?
Yes. So when the company started, we were a fairly traditional record-keeping and classic business analytic tool for farmers. They had all this data laying around. We were helping them, farmers, make better sense of that data by putting it all together, reporting on it. But that's not enough. So like in the last year and a half, we turned a corner and we started taking all that information and how, instead of like just letting farmers like make decisions on their own based on what they see, they can still do that. But we started using machine learning and AI to make prescriptive recommendations that directly impact the profits. So instead of just making it easy to digest, now we're analyzing all that data and we make field-specific recommendations. So field by field, we help them understand how to maximize yields and maximize profits.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
And
including preventative maintenance, right? Even using AI to help them keep their field equipment at maximum
yeah,
output.
absolutely. That's actually a new thing. We are looking into it. Like it's not deployed yet, but we can detect poor farming practices by looking from the sky, machine patterns. Like when a machine goes through a field, leaves a signature, and if there's something damaged, we can actually see it like by how the crop grows, and we can tell farmers, hey, like this is happening, like go and fix it because there's still time.
So very specific recommendations to the farmers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool work. And so, and I have to say, we've talked to FarmLogs for quite a while. You've been a great partner in optimizing your solution on Intel, and this really is a world-changing technology in helping us solve a really big problem around food production. So I'm very impressed, and thanks so much
Thank
for
you
your
very
help.
much.
Appreciate it, Luca. So in delivering societal benefits, a personal passion of mine that I'm fortunate to be in a position to actually impact is the application of AI to healthcare. So All in One Day by 2020 is a program that we started back in 2015, and we are driving with leaders in the healthcare industry. It is initially targeted at cancer. So half of all men and a third of all women will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. So the goal of this program is to tackle this really big problem. And when successful, All in One Day by 2020, you will be able to walk into your doctor's office if you're suffering from cancer. You'll be able to combine your full genome sequence with your medical imaging data, compare your tumor against a vast database of previous cases, find the matches on the tumors, the treatments delivered in those other cases, the patient outcome, did the patient survive or not, and then the doctor will be able to prescribe to you your personalized treatment and do all of that in a single day. The impact of artificial intelligence to the healthcare industry is already happening. So for example, China has a severe shortage of trained radiologists to screen for cancer in a population of 1.3 billion people. So the Zhejiang University of China was compelled to deploy an AI solution for cancer screening. So the university worked with Intel, we worked with them to optimize their solution on our technology to detect cancerous tumors from ultrasound images. The results are impressive. In a side-by-side comparison between the AI solution and a group of radiologists with 10 years plus of experience, the average accuracy for the human radiologist was 75% accuracy, while the latest AI solution is 85% accurate. So letting machines do that first pass review of medical images is now a commercially deployed solution in many hospitals throughout China, including one of the top 10 facilities. The solution has already served more than 5,000 patients. Another example of a leader in healthcare predictive analytics is Penn Medicine. They've developed an AI platform that they call Penn Signals. It provides the researchers and the data scientists the ability to develop predictive solutions. The first application of Penn Signals was focused on readmission, so specifically readmission due to heart failure. Heart failure affects 5.8 million people in the United States alone, which is about 2% of all the adults. 25% of patients are hospitalized in the US for heart failure are brought in for readmission within 30 days, and the number of the people readmitted climbs to 50% after 6 months. So the Penn Medicine team set off to use AI for good and to find ways to improve patient care through the use of data. So trafficking of children is a serious issue facing our country. Over 500,000 children are reported missing in the US alone every year. Technology, the internet, paved the way for an explosion of child pornography, creating a very thriving online marketplace for selling children. The good news is technology, artificial intelligence specifically, can also be the solution. It can make it easier to identify and rescue the children. So we are working with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC, to develop a solution. NCMEC is a nonprofit with the mission to help find missing kids. Today, the cloud service providers are deploying increasingly sophisticated AI solutions themselves to identify suspect content on their websites that's posted, and then they alert NCMEC. And they have been having a true impact. So over the first 15 years of NCMEC's existence, they received 500,000 reports total to their cyber tip line. To compare that, in 2016 alone, they received 10 million reports. Dramatic. The result, though, is that the system is simply overwhelmed. It's overwhelmed with data. And despite significant advances in technology, much of NCMEC's work is still manual. So analysts have to personally review volumes of data and make the connections. They're reviewing hundreds of images that are pulled from social media sites, as well as from places where at-risk children are likely to be found, like homeless shelters or foster care facilities. It is a tedious and error-prone system, highly error-prone. For instance, how good is your ID capability? Which photo do you think is a match to the missing girl? So on average, it takes 30 days from the time an alert is received to the time it is dispositioned to local authorities. So we took the challenge to reduce that analysis time from 30 days to 1 day through the use of artificial intelligence. By leveraging the power of machine learning, the team has demonstrated a dramatic narrowing of the potential matches, delivering the highest probability of a hit. And then through a reinforcement engine, the more data that gets applied, the more accurate the results. So with the application of Intel technology, the training of the system went from months to just hours. So AI allows NCMEC to find the needle in the pile of needles, processing now orders of magnitude more data in just a fraction of the time. And time is clearly a critical variable. So realizing the potential of artificial intelligence is a statement of when, not if. At Intel, we fully believe in the power of collaboration, the goodness inherent in exchanging ideas and diverse points of view. There are many, many contributors and innovators in the space of AI that are creating new methods and new implementations every single day. At Intel, we're investing in creating the best technology platform that serves the full range of AI applications, from work to play to AI for good. And with the Intel Nirvana platform, we are democratizing access to and delivery of artificial intelligence. Thank you for your time.